Welcome to Podcasts, recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcast, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
Let's to the Friends Band. Yes. Ken Brewer, Jim Solberg, Don Schultz. Woo! We've got a plethora of beautiful singers this morning. I'm going to ask them to step up. That's right. Get close to me. Reverend Ruth is singing with us this morning. Hey. All right. So let's all stand together and sing our opening song. It is a call and response. So just do what the singers do. And it's on the pink sheet of in your program, all right? But you won't need it. Don't even look at it. Don't look at it. Yeah. Don't look at it. Well, okay, you can look at it. Good morning, y'all. Let's stand and sing our opening song. Woo! My God is so good to me. I got up this morning singing.
God is so good.
Oh, yes. I got up this morning singing. God is so good. I got up this morning singing. God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. We've got it right. Feeling good down in my soul.
God is so good.
Oh, feeling good down in my soul.
God
Yeah.
is so good.
We are feeling good down in our souls. God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. In my time of trouble, I know
God is so good.
Oh, in my time of trouble, I know
God is so good.
Well, in my time of trouble, I know
God is so good.
we know that my God is so good to me. In our times of triumph, I know God is so good. In my time of triumph, I know
God is so good.
Well, in my time of triumph, I know
God is so good.
Oh, my God is so good to me. When my day is over, I'm singing.
God is so good.
Every night when my day is over, I'm singing. God is so good. When my day is over, I'm singing. God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. I love this part. Every day and every way, God is so good. Oh, every day and every way, God is so good. Every day and every way, y'all, God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. Let's do that part again. Let's say, every day and every way, God is so good. Every day and every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, God is so good. I said we ought to take the time to praise the Spirit.
God is so good.
Oh, we're taking the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. Well, feeling good. I got up this morning thinking, woo!
God is so good.
Oh, I got up this morning singing.
God is so
with some coffee. I got up this morning singing.
God is so good.
Oh, my God is so, my God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me. Ain't God good, y'all? Yes. Thank you, beautiful singers. All right.
That was fun. Thank you, dear.
My God is so good to me. And so it is. Grand Risings, friend. Grand Rising. A fun demonstration there. I remember about a decade ago us wondering, if we could get some real pumping gospel music that would really cook up our community. And here it is today. I also remember LaRhonda suggesting 2 months ago that at some point Reverend Ruth should get up there and sing. And here we have it today. When we practice the presence in the present moment, the demonstrations are actually all around us. And I can feel it in this room. This month of March, we are marching from where we were to where we are to where we're going. In a month's time, we're going to know who our new leader is. And so it is. And I hope you've looked on our website to see those special candidates. Let's get cooking. We welcome you to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living. We are a science of mind community that teaches and practices spiritual principles to transform our lives and make the world a better place. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. All that we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your entire life, starting by changing your mind. My name is Sean A.B. Larkin. I serve as a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center, and it's my honor to welcome each and every one of you here today. Is there anyone new in the sanctuary? Is this your first time at the center? Yeah, I see a few hands. Welcome. Welcome. What an auspicious time to step into this community. And is anyone new in our virtual spiritual community? If so, please type into the chat, and our virtual practitioner will welcome you. If you are new to the center and in person, we have these lovely packets on the back of our sanctuary table. This same packet is digitally available for our global community on our website, cslportland.org, under the About Us menu tab. Either with the paper copy or the virtual copy, there's a great deal of information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you in your personal spiritual journey. On our website, you can find out more information about these. You can register for classes, and you can also sign up with your email to receive weekly correspondence about the activities at our center. And if you do that sign up, you'll also receive a special gift on your birthday, a complimentary session with one of our practitioners. And I invite you to use that. Please do. It is our honor to support you in your journey. So right now, we're in a very special time of year, the season for peace and nonviolence. I'm going to go ahead and flip through. I tell you, if you follow this book, things happen. So the theme today is acknowledgement. Tell someone what a difference they have made in your life. Make this a day you don't take for granted those people who are important to you. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge each and every one of you. Thank you for waking up early and coming out to participate in spiritual community. It is important. So yeah, there's your soul work for the day. Acknowledge someone. Announcements. Our Wednesday night meditation will be following the Season for Peace and Nonviolence theme, which for this upcoming Wednesday is mindfulness, and it will be hosted by practitioner Kathy Batten. So please do join us Wednesday night for that contemplative practice. This afternoon, immediately after service, we are holding a new membership gathering from 12:30 to 2:30. It's both going to be in person in the multi-purpose room and also virtually via Zoom. We are offering this class to anyone who's interested in becoming a member of CSL Portland. Reminder, you need to be a member to have a vote. So this is sort of the cutoff. So if you want that vote, come to the class and we will discuss what membership means for us and what it means for you. And it would be our honor to have you join us and be able to vote in our new ministerial process. Speaking of which, our ministerial candidates will be visiting our center on Sunday, March 17th and 24th. They will give the Sunday message, and afterwards there will be a potluck, lunch, and workshop. Sunday, March 31st, we will then have the town hall meeting to vote on the candidates, barring any unforeseen hiccups. All of the information is on the website. So if you have questions about the new ministerial process, where do we look? On the website. I love it. Thank you for that affirmation. We needed it. All right, and I'm very excited to announce this. Practitioners Catherine Richer and myself, Sean Larkin, are collaborating on a spring equinox handpan meditation and sacred sound service. This is going to be Thursday, March 21st from 7 to 8:30. This will be an in-person offering as well as virtually for our online community. Our upcoming educational opportunities, we have Essential Earnest Home Thursdays. It's going to be 10 weeks, April 2nd through June 4th. This is being offered by Reverend Marilyn Sprague and Practitioner Emerita Kate Barrett. This online class will focus on the essential writings of our founder, Ernest Holmes. I invite you to visit our website to see all of these wondrous opportunities being offered under the Education, Events, and Programmings tab. Thank you. Going to give a shout out. Right now we have licensed practitioners Kathy Batten and Sandy Liebold are serving in High Watch, holding a sacred container of consciousness both in the sanctuary and on our virtual community. Thank you for your service. Today's special music features our very own music director, LaRhonda Steele. Yes. So blessed to have the sacred sounds that are your voice, raising our consciousness week in, week out. Thank you. And she's backed by our friends band. It's going to be a good day. They were cooking before service. I can feel it. Now, one of my favorite announcements. Beauty is a spiritual principle, and we practice it courtesy of Kat Jacobs, our flowers. It's rubbed off on me. I got flowers at home now. Every day I walk home and I see my beautiful flowers. I got to refresh them. All right, I'm now going to invite up Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller for an important community announcement.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Such a wonderful, wonderful community this is. And we need to breathe because life is shifting and changing. And sometimes the people that we love have to move on to a new level of being. And our beloved board member, Bud Roberts, has chosen to leave. He has transitioned this last week. It was sudden, it was unexpected. He had gone through a procedure that all went well. He went home, all was well. But it turned out that he wasn't able to stay in his body. So we all love Bud. We've been with, I've known him for almost 35 years now, almost off and on. And mostly we can think of his beautiful music. And what I love about music is it transcends space and time. And it remembers, it helps us to remember and hold Bud and his wife, who's now in memory care, in our hearts, in our awareness, knowing that there is no separation. They are fully with us, here and now, and always, in our hearts, in our minds, in our memories, and whenever we think of them, they will be with us. Thank you, Bud, for being part of our world and giving us so much joy all these years.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller. Let's just take a breath. Practitioner team is here to support you. So after service, I think we'll all be available for some one-on-one time if you need that. He's still with us. Oh, I'm getting too quiet. Thank you, Rick. And now the best thing we can do to honor him is to get on with it. Because when I think of him, it's him smiling with that twinkle in his eye, saying, come on, let's go, let's move it. All right, friends, I'm going to invite you to sit back and relax. because I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came to receive.
Let's continue in that sacred space of being mindful of our breath as we go into our meditation. And I invite you to sing along with me if you feel moved to, or just sit and be. Sit and be. God is, I am right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
Right here, right now. God is, I am, and we are all a part of this one thing, this infinite potentiality, this vibrant life, this conscious spirit that flows through all things. It is all things I choose to call God. And as we are each a part of it, I know as we come together in sacred community, the infinite possibilities expand before us, and we consciously choose our path, individually and collectively with Spirit. I see all of this, knowing that it is good, for it is God, and I give thanks for it, and I release this prayer into the action of the law of mind, knowing that it is done by principle. And together we say, and so it is. Now as we relax into our sacred silence, I invite you to rest within in that place where love blossoms.
Welcome back from the silence. This morning, our second and third musical offering is a song written by our own Marcy Beck, licensed practitioner Marcy Beck, and Ken Brewer. They have beautiful CD, I believe, in the bookstore. So it's just full of wonderful music, and this is one of their songs. I'll take the next step and keep on walking. I know I'm ready for something new. There are no mountains, there are no valleys. It's just the next step, and I'll see it through. The next step, and the next step. There's something that It doesn't matter the roads I've taken or where I've traveled to get me there. It only matters that in this moment I'll take the next step and I'll see it through. Oh, the next step and the next step. There's something better. There's something new. My soul is willing. My heart is open. I'll take the next step and see it through. And I'll see it through. My soul is willing. My heart is open. Just take the next step and see it through. I'll take the next step and see it through.
Isn't she marvelous?
Amen.
My soul is willing. My heart is open. Yes. And what's interesting about the next step, we can't know what it's going to be until we take this step. We'll know the next step from this one. Right? And the reason for that is because this is an infinite universe with all kinds of ways of being, some of them in our bodies and some of them not. And all of them are unfolding before us. There's an infinite range of possibilities every moment. This moment has an infinite possibility. Infinite. We could all close our eyes and be up on top of the building. We could all just be totally different beings in another instant. That's one of the things that Jesus taught when he was on the planet, right? That's one of the things that the lamas in Tibet are trained to allow. That in this next step, a totally different kind of existence is possible. Wow. And it's always good. When my kids were growing up, they go, Mom, I don't know if this is the right thing or the wrong thing to do. And I go, well, from here it looks like that's just going to take a little longer. This one will probably get you there a little faster. You get to choose. Right and wrong in an all good, infinite being are meaningless terms. Yeah. So what would happen if our first awareness in the morning, our very first awareness was, wow, there's an infinite range of possibilities for this day. I wonder what it's going to be. I'm choosing the direct path to my greatest good. I wonder what that's going to be. Because I can't know the next step until I take this step. I have to get out of bed, right? And all those other little steps along the way. Beautiful song. Thanks for writing it. And thanks for singing it. That was beautiful. Yeah. So when I was in graduate school, I was working in a research institute, and we were futurists. We were telling people what was going to happen in 20 years, 50 years, right? Mm-hmm. Well, some of the things we said were right, and nobody paid attention, so. Which is why I'm not a futurist anymore. But what we did, among other things, is we invited people from different sciences to come in and talk with us about the nature of the universe and the nature of environmental processes. I had a degree in environmental stuff at that time, and I was working on my degree in cybernetics, which is not an impossible word. And it's cruise controls and thermostats and things like that. It's also how living systems maintain our wonderful homeostatic state, our balance. Yeah. Anyway, in that work with those guys in that institute, we had a physicist come in, and he was a quantum physicist, and as some of you know, quantum physics kind of shook things up a bit. Yeah, Mr. Newton was absolutely right. Gravity works. But it only works in certain conditions, in certain spaces, only within a certain range of scale, right? And when we start looking at some of these other laws of thermodynamics and stuff like that, we start seeing they kind of get squishy as we move further and further out, either into the little, or into the big. And in living systems, they almost don't apply. But that's another story. In the world of quantum, you never, ever know where something is if you know its speed, and you never know exactly where it's going or how it's going to show up until it does. Until it does. Until that point comes, there's an infinite range of possibilities. And that is cool. When I was in high school, my next door neighbor was a technician at the Stanford Linear Accelerator, and sometimes he'd bring home these films. And they'd be films of the double slit experiment. And the idea in that is when it's all particles, you get these nice rows. And when the subatomic things that are being shot onto the film become energy, then you get these beautiful energy patterns, right? Yeah. And sometimes a very strange thing would happen, and he'd show me these films, and they'd have dates on them when they were produced. And there would be a little hole in the beautiful energy pattern. And then 2 weeks later, on the particle pattern, there'd be a couple of little dots. And sometimes it was 2 or 3 months earlier that they showed up, before the experiment was even run. Yeah, we don't have any idea what's going on at the level of quantum. So imagine having that happen in high school. My life got a little weird. So knowing that, when this physicist came into this research institute where I was working in, and he pointed out what we knew, and that is there's this infinite range of possible futures. Yes, he said, and there's also an infinite range of possible pasts. Whoa. An infinite range of possible pasts. The story I've been telling myself, I am not stuck with. The past that I believed was a fact is not the only possible past I might have experienced. Interesting. And it's all me. It's not someone else pretending to be me. It's not a clone. It's not Data's brother. Well, there's a psychotherapeutic technique called reparenting. And basically, it's saying, write yourself a different past. It happened somewhere, sometime. It's in that range of infinite possibilities. Wow. You mean all those stories I've told myself about all the things that were wrong growing up don't have to be the basis for my experience today? Huh. I don't have to take the next step from that one. I can take it from that one. Okay. And it's all good, and it's all real, and it's all now. Because the story, the memories, the beliefs that I am holding now about who I am are what are determining where in that infinite range of possibilities I'm headed. We call it the cone of probable futures, based on what we believe and what we've been telling ourselves and what we've observed about the past. I can step outside of that cone if I allow myself to change the habits of my thinking and feeling and memories and beliefs. Joe Dispenza has this marvelous workshop and book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Isn't that great? It's all it is a habit. If I can break that habit, I can step out of this narrow cone of probable futures and have a whole different range of probable futures. That's cool. I know. So there's so many things that contribute to what we think we can do, be, and have, right? There's so many ideas that we've adopted and accepted in our world that may or may not be giving us the shortcut to that experience of the oneness that is our actual beingness. So, what am I in the habit of thinking? What am I in the habit of feeling? Because those are what are defining the cone of my probable future. Out of an infinite range, infinite, anywhere on the planet, anytime, any capacity. Yes. Well, there's a marvelous little practice that a lot of people have started to do, and it's one of the great gifts that Oprah Winfrey gave to America, is introducing Sarabhan Brahma, that's how you pronounce Brethnach, Brahma, and the Gratitude Journal. Because it turns out that the way our minds work and our brains work, what we are focusing on at the end of the day, the last thing before we go to sleep, becomes the fodder for all the pieces that are put in place for what we're going to perceive, what we're going to project, and what we're going to accept in the days and weeks to come. There was an interesting experiment done back in the 1890s, and I'm fascinated that nobody follows up on this one. I actually have the write-up for it in my computer now. This guy discovered that he often had déjà vu, and when he traced back the déjà vu, it was always a dream. Now, I used to have those dreams. Does anyone remember? We call them precognitive dreams, right? Used to have them all the time. Now they're less frequent, but they're there, right? And what he did is he set up an experiment. He found the conditions under which people were most likely to have those dreams. And he'd set people up to have those conditions, and he'd have them write down everything they could remember from their dreams and write down everything they experienced for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And almost everything that was in their dreams showed up in their life over the next 3 weeks. And a lot of our dreams are processing what we've just been receiving and thinking about. And so those folks who were thinking about how wonderful and joyful and beautiful their life was and how fabulous it was to be where they were at that time generally got more of that. And there's been a lot of work since that says when we do our gratitude journals last thing at night, no 11 o'clock news, guys. And gals. And no murder mysteries. That was a hard one to give up because they're written so fun, right? And there are all these interesting places and you learn so much. But unfortunately, it's not real good for choosing a cone of probable futures that is in direct alignment with the good and the God and the love and the high joy that is what I choose for my life. Yes? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So find fiction that supports that. But most importantly, every night, the last thing you do, sit down and really look, acknowledge all the wonderful things, even if it's only 3 or 4 things that you want to take the time to, because you can go for every minute of every day. You can spend the whole night being grateful for everything that happened during the day, right? So pick a few. And focus on that feeling of deep appreciation. And appreciation is a great word. I've shared this before. It's an increase in value, right? Your house appreciates. Ideally, your investment appreciate, right? Do you increase in value when you appreciate? Yes. You come closer to that one. You get to experience more fully the home that is always present. And that's the other piece. Infinite possibilities, but they're all the one beingness, the one presence, the one that is all that we've ever longed to experience, no matter what we thought we were going for. Whether it was the job or the person or the home, the house, the whatever, what we were really going for was that sense of being peacefully, joyfully, blissfully in our home, in the one that is all that is. No wrong choices, just some take a little longer with every step. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Doesn't it feel good to be spiritually nourished? I'm just savoring that. This is now our time of sacred giving, friends. Thank you so much for your gracious giving. Your financial gifts enable us to be in this beautiful space, to enjoy wonderful music, hear inspirational speakers, and be inclusive to our virtual community and to support the nonprofits in the greater Portland area. They allow this powerful teaching to be known so we can continue to grow and be an expression of spirit in the world. In a moment, ushers will come around the sanctuary with a basket. If your preferred contribution is cash, please tuck it in an envelope. You'll find those in your seat backs with your name on it. This is important for PCSL members and those who would like to become members, as it is a component of membership here. We welcome financial donations from our virtual community as well, and anyone can text a donation to 616-303-7808, and as always, you can find it on our website, cslportland.org, under the Donate heading. Will the ushers please step forward? And now we're going to accept and bless our gifts together as call and response. I bless these sacred gifts.
I bless these sacred gifts.
Given graciously with love.
Given graciously with love.
These gifts bless, heal, and prosper all they touch.
These gifts bless, heal, and prosper all they touch.
In giving, I am grateful to be richly, lavishly, and abundantly blessed. And so it is. And now please welcome again our musicians.
Yeah. Reverend Ruth, she's always blowing my mind. Quantum physics and you know what I was thinking. What kept coming to my mind? I guess I'll write a song about stepping off. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just stepping off from anywhere I want to step off from. Wow. If I change my mind, I can change my life. What? All right. Thank you so much. Got to go back and watch this over and over again. All right. Bless you. All right, y'all. So we got a new Karen Drucker song, new to me. You may know it, but I invite you, if you so feel like moving around, getting up, clapping your hands. Let's do that. Yeah. All right? You're invited to do it. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. I'm taking one quantumly physics step that gets me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. Hey. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Come on, y'all. One small step to get me closer to my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain. Then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. See, I've got dreams filled with passion, yeah. And I've got fears that seem to pop up in my way. But I've got power that's deep inside my soul. When I look too far and lose my way, it always seems to let me know that I gotta take one small step to get me closer to that mountain, yo. One small step toward my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain, so it don't seem like I've got so very far to go. I've got off the track and I couldn't find my way back. Well, I looked inside the truth I could not be. Yeah, I was making it harder than it had to be. Just pushing and fighting till I found the key. Gotta take one small step instead of looking at the mountain. It's new, y'all. One small step. Searching for my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain. Then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. Oh, come on, Ken. Woo, woo. Hey, hey. closer to my goal. One small step, instead of looking at the mountain, then it won't seem like I've got so far, far to go. It won't seem like I've got too far, far to go. It won't seem like I've got too far to go. Hey, yeah. Like I take one little itty step, y'all, jumping off from anywhere I want it to. Hey, I like that. I gotta take one small, itty bitty, little bitty, a big one, a tall one, a fat one, a wide one, just one step. Come on, y'all, come on and help me sing. Gotta take one small step. Oh yeah, one small step. Gotta reach inside and take one small step. Just one more time, yeah. One small step. All right. So go check that out, you all. One small step.
Yeah.
You mind if I stay up here a while?
I don't mind a bit. I'm delighted. So, oh my goodness. This is the kind of thing that is what life is about. Yes? Yes. Life on all aspects and dimensions, whether it's in the body or not. This is life, and this is what we're going for. Now, there are a number of practitioners in the room. They're going to be right up here in front. So if you're wanting to process anything, you want some support, come on up and be with them, because I know we've done a lot today, both that's touched the heart and touched the mind in a lot of ways. So be and use that. And those of you who are online, you can always get support at cslportland.org, right? And we have prayer request cards. So if you want ongoing support, you want people to hold this space for you, use those cards and use the chat. All right, shall we stand for our benediction? Sure. It's a call and response. This is one of my favorite things to do when I come here. All right. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now.
Something wonderful is flowing through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
And life is in all my affairs.
And life is in all my affairs.
I think it.
I think it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
Just the way I am.
Just the way I am.
Whoa, wherever you are never alone. We are all one in one presence and one power, and that power is working in us and through us all the time. That divine presence that we call love is enfolding us. And if there's any time that you forget that, just stop a moment and go within and remember that love is in us, through us, and as us always. For so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. Let's sing our closing song together. This month, it's Blessed Always. Yes. You're always invited to stay up and sing with us. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy say amen.
We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Our inspirational service is at 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our podcast listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.